Hey guys! I am Silver and this is my first video on here. I don't have much to talk about aside from when I was thinking what should be like my first video. I originally wanna get ready with me. I don't have the equipment, the proper lighting equipment, and that's why my lighting is very bad, and I'm also recording this on my old iPhone. So the footage looked kind of so yeah, I thought that instead I can actually talk about both myself, so this counts like an introduction video, but also talk about what it's like being Gyaru in Norway, or just different or alternative in Norway in general, since I do have a couple stories. Anyway, I can start with talking about myself, so context. So I'm Silver, nice to meet you, and I am currently done with school and I am going on to working very soon. It's very empty here, and that's because I'm in the process of moving, so I know the only personality so far is my pretty face, but also the couple of plushes right in the corner right there. Usually there are a lot of posters here, but they're packed away. So anyway, I made this channel and making this video because I want to try content creation. Wanting to do content creation as a kid and always have wanted to. I have done a couple of attempts, not on YouTube, but on TikTok, for example. I don't use TikTok anymore, and Instagram. I do have an art Instagram. If you guys want to check that out, that would be very very appreciative. Speaking of art Instagram, a part of me is that I really enjoy art. It's been one of the only few ways I can express myself outside of my fashion. Wait, I'm gonna do a fit check. Hold on. Look at this, guys. It is I. Yeah, I ate a big breakfast, so I'm a little bloated. Good old breakfast. Oh, yum. Anyway, art is one of the ways I like to express myself, and with that, I do want to talk about my channel for a second. So I'm planning to try this for a year. I don't have a specific schedule on how much I want to post in a week or month. So far I'm thinking once a week, but that could heavily depend, since this is not my job. This is just a passion project I'm doing. Honestly, this is just a hobby, and oh, my hair's so musty. So I don't know how it will go, which is why I'm trying it for a year. So if I don't like it, or if it's not something for me, then at least I've tried it and you guys have something to have for documentation. And if I do like it, then obviously I'll continue. So I'm really just testing the waters here. I was excuse the kiss mark, I just had to get rid of a little bit of here, so now I just have that's right, guys. I get ladies. I'm not gonna share a lot about myself. That's something that's gonna come as I post. But now I'm gonna talk about my experience with being Gyaru, since I am Gyaru. Right now I'm doing more a Suomi Gyaru style. And I have not been Gyaru for super long. I've only been Gyaru, or been identifying as Gyaru, for about half a year. Which for some people, that can be oh, then what can you really talk about if you haven't been Gyaru long enough? Which, if you're in Norway, I have stories, okay? I have a couple stories, even though I've only been Gyaru for a half a month. And I also have some snippets of stories from before I was Gyaru and started dressing Gyaru. I did dress more alternative. I didn't have a specific style. I just dressed however I wanted and whatever I had in my closet. So I feel I do have the credibility to talk about what it's being Gyaru, or just alternative in Norway. Now, I can't speak for everyone, so this is like what I'm gonna talk about is just my experience. If you are alternative or if you are Gyaru, I'm not talking for you, I'm talking like for myself, like yeah. So if you do have your own stories or something you do want to share, then I don't mind. I do want to hear like more stories, and you know, if we do have like similar experiences, then we can bond over that. Like yeah, we gotta, as a community, we gotta stick together. Anyway, so I do want to start with one story which was during my time as Rus. For those who don't know what Rus is, it is basically a graduation celebration for Norwegian people, where you do like, you wear like a, like for me, I wore like red overalls, like carpenter overalls. Sorry, my recording stopped because I didn't have enough space, but it should be fixed. Anyway, I was gonna talk about Rus. So as I said, the carpenter, wow, that was very Norwegian of me. The carpenter overalls, they are peak. They are the best ones. I'm sorry if you have, like, I respect opinions, but objectively speaking, the carpenter overalls are the best. They are actual childhood. One story was from when I was Rus. Now obviously everybody was like very respectful for like kids being nice, like asking about, you know, Russekort. I should also make a video about this also. But yeah, as I said, this is like a celebration for high school graduates, and the whole point of this is that you know, you wear like either blue, red, whatever color depending on the subject you've studied, or whatever color you feel like. And a part of the tradition is having cards that's of like a picture of you when you were a kid, and then like a quote maybe, and then like whatever. You at least like give out cards to kids. Kids really love this here. No, there was one time where, there was like one time on the way back from school. Since, just for context, my school was like on the same street as like an elementary school, kindergarten, and a middle school. So walking home, like walking to the bus stop, it was like a straight line of like the different schools. So walking that street as a Rus, it was very risky, since a lot of kids would have like lunch breaks or just be outside for like after school activities at the schools. So they will often like just like bombard you like, can I have a Russekort? Can I have a Russekort? So this one day, I was wearing my, you know, normal like Gyaru make. I was walking down the street and I was just finished. Like I just had like walked past the elementary school, and then there's like this group of kids that like that see me and then sprint to me, and obviously they're like asking for Russekort, right? I ran out. I ran out of Russekort, like I think like as I gave out like, it was, I don't remember how many kids there were. It was like a handful. I will say like, I think after I gave it like 5, I had run out, and it was like maybe like 3 kids that didn't have Russekort. Now usually I don't give out Russekort if I know I don't have enough for the group. I didn't know that honestly, because that day I was like, it was like really hectic with Russekort. So I gotta close the door. Oh, excuse me. But essentially, I gave out the Russekort, and then I realized I'm empty. I'm like, oh no, that's bad. So when I tell the rest of the kids that didn't get the Russekort, like, or the cards, I'm gonna say the cards for simplicity, I tell them, oh sorry, I don't have any more cards. Who? This is like a message to parents. How does your kid know what this word means? I'm not gonna say it, but this kid proceeds to call me this. That was like one of the top stories as a Gyaru. for me. Honestly, I have like multiple stories of being a Rus, but that one was like one of the weirder one, like the one that was like more specific of my style. Yeah, still kind of wild though that kids know, like it was a young kid too. It was like, I think they were like 7, and that's crazy they know that word. Anyway, oh my, sorry, I'm sniffling so much. Anyway, Norway has like a standard of like you gotta look more natural, or like you don't have to look natural, but to fit in you gotta look like the person next to you, essentially. And it is very prevalent, especially in schools. Now, this story isn't necessarily me, like, when I was a gyaru, but this was like when I started like doing more makeup. And so again, this is at school. I can't speak for everybody's like school experience, but whenever I did like this kind of makeup, like more obviously like less like gyaru style, since this was before I was like officially gyaru. I used to get barked at for wearing eyeliner and dressing like coincidentally a little darker clothes. And there was one time actually, this was actually like during a convention not long ago. Me and some friends, I was cosplaying stalking, and the thing with cosplay is it's very different like how you dress normally, but I did implement like gyaru traits like with the makeup. I have a picture, I can show it right here. This was like the only picture I took before I went to the con. But on the way back, we were in the city, so we had to take the tram to get to like central place of the city. And as we walk to the tram, like to the stop, we passed by these guys, and I don't remember, like I didn't hear what they said, but according to one of the people I was with, from what I can remember, in edit I can probably correct this if I got it wrong, but there were some guys that just said like commenting that we were furries, when none of us were cosplaying any furry related characters. Like none of us were wearing like animal themed anything. Like we were just anime characters. And it is very normal, unfortunately, for cosplayers when they walk around like in cities and all that to get comments like that. I also remember a time where this was like also in my Rus era, where I was like walking to the tram because I just arrived at the city, and I was going to the tram to like continue my journey. And there was this older man, which PSA for everyone, don't go around commenting on people's bodies, especially strangers. Now that's out of the way. For context, I actually have like my Rus hat here. I can show it. So I have my headphones on, or my music on. Wait, no, it's not here. Never mind. I can actually find. I got the Rus get up. This was my hat during my Rus, like. This was my hat, right? And I used to get compliments a lot from people like, "Oh, I like your leaf. It like looks like an apple." I'm like, "Oh, thank you." So when I was listening to music on the way to tram, I see this guy like approaching me kinda, and I thought like, oh, maybe he must like Discord, since I don't know what I thought about, but like I was willing to give Discord to like anyone, since I had like so many cards. And I proceed to like stop for a second. I'm like, oh, like what's up? And then I thought like he started saying like complimenting me sort of, and again I was listening to music, so I thought he was like complimenting my hat, and I was about to say thank you. Then he said like oh your top is really nice, looks so sexy on you. And this guy was like probably in his 40s. and I just graduated, or I was in the process of graduating. That's creepy. Like, even though I'm a legal adult, like I was 18 and I am still 18, turning 19 later. It is crazy that someone is like, you know what? Oh wait, they're graduating. That means they must be adults. Like yeah, we're adults, but like we're still in school. That's so creepy. That's like such a creepy mindset to have. Anyways, I'm gonna put this back. But yeah, overall, I don't have many other like memorable stories of being gyaru. Though I can talk about like more like positive stories, like just like a very fast like lightning round. So ever since I've been gyaru, I have met like other gyaru, and also, oh god, I remember when I was like waiting for my bus after school, and for context, stuff happened between like me and some old friends. So ultimately, for the rest of the year, I was like alone. I had no friends at school. Like I said, from one, but like we barely saw each other since she was in a different class. So anyway, I was at the bus stop waiting for the bus, and like as I'm like waiting, you know, standing there, I had my gyaru makeup. Like there's this like girl behind me, and I was like, oh cool, she has a cool hair, and I didn't really think about it. And then I feel like a tapping behind me, and I turn around, and there she was, the girl with the cool hair. And I was like, oh hi, nice to meet you. And then she complimented, I think she complimented my jacket, since I was wearing a jacket that I had DIY'd. I can show a picture here. I don't want to bother getting up again. Here's a picture of it. Anywho, she complimented my jacket. I'm like, oh my god, I'm like, thank you. Like I didn't make this, but I like DIY'd. Like I made the heart cutout on the back, and she was like, oh my god, it's crazy. Like when I think about it, she was so nice. I've only seen her once and never seen her again. If you are out there, girl, you have my love. You have my respect. Okay, it takes a lot to actually like compliment people. Like I get that it can be a little bit nerve-wracking for people, especially if you have like social anxiety like me. But anyway, she compliments me, and then she like looks at me like, are you gyaru? I'm like, how would you know? Like, yeah, I'm gyaru. People are like alternative people and like fellow gyarus, they are oftentimes the not are very nice, and that's like what I can appreciate about like the J fashion community or like the fellow alternative communities. Like I have so many friends, like I think I have every friend I have is like some way alternative, but like we always like have such high respect for like people that dress differently, and especially like when you do like your own thing, like individuality. Oof, oh, you guys have a heart, guys. You guys have a heart. Yeah, I've also like met other gyaru, as I mentioned, and I've recently actually been able to buy something off of one of them, so I'm gonna hopefully get it this weekend, or not this weekend, next week, aka probably tomorrow or the days after. And it's a community that is very like open to like discussion and all that, so it is a very welcome community. Like despite what I've like experienced from like people outside the community, like what people consider like normies, I still am like very glad that I am who I am, and I don't think that you should let people that comment your appearance or make fun of you stop you from being yourself or expressing what you are and who you are as a person. So yeah, I don't have anything else to say aside from just thanks for watching this video. Oh my god, my lashes are kind of funky. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Again, I'm gonna make like a more proper video since this was just like more of a yap session, and also just like a way for me to just like start the channel, since I've been like I've been like holding this on hold. I've been like postponing since I didn't have any ideas on like what to talk about. If you have any stories about, if you are from Norway or Sweden or any of the Nordic countries or like any country ever, and you want to like share your experience with being gyaru or being alternative or different in some way, then share it. I would love to hear people's like experience and their stories, since then we can have something to bond over and, you know, unite. So we can dominate the world as like the, not like other people. So yeah, that's about it. I am glad that I was able to make this video now, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys another time. Bye!